morning, guys. This is Bedan Tech Tutorial, and my name is Celestine. On today's video, I'll be teaching you guys on how to solve partial differentiation using inverse method. Now, with this question, we have this question. We ask that if z is a function of x and y with u equals to x squared minus y squared, and v is equals to xy, then we have to find the expressions, find the following expressions: ds over du, comma dx over dv, comma dy over du, comma, and then dy over what? And dy over dv. Solution to solve this. Now, since we are giving u and v, and we check in u variables, we have x and y, and also in v we have x and y. So it means that we have to differentiate everything here in terms of what? In respect to what? X and y. So therefore we take, if you check here, there are two main functions, which is what? Z is a function of x and y. So, and we check, if you check in the function of x and y, the function x and y has what? U and what? And v. Okay, so it means you have to differentiate. Now, first, the first thing to differentiate is u. So we differentiate du over what? Dx. Okay, maybe because in u, the first variable, the first parameter you can see here is x. Okay, so that becomes du over what? Ds is equal to what? That means under u differentiate x. So differentiate x squared is what? Is 2s. Again, now we have to differentiate y. Du over dy is what? Is minus 2y. Okay, so what again? We have to go for v. Again, differentiate dv over ds is what? Is y, and also differentiate dv over dy is what? Is x. Okay, so after doing that, we have to find what? Ds over du. You know that you can't find ds over du, because you can't find ds over du in this equation. So it means that for us to find ds over du, ds over dv, dy over du, and dy over dv, we have to use the inverse method, which is j. To find the inverse, which is now j, is by using your determinant method, which is j is also determinant du over dx, that du over ds, du over dy, here dv over dx, dv over dy. Okay, so therefore now let's start placing. J is equal to, you check here, what is the du over ds? My du over ds is what? Is 2x. And also, what's my du over dy? My du over dy is what? Is minus 2y. And what is dv over dx? My dv over dx is what? Is y. And again, what is my dv over dy? My dv over dy is what? Is x. Okay, so therefore, as we all know that to find determinant is always this minus this. Okay, hope you know, is this minus this. So 2 times x minus bracket minus 2y times y. That would show, so therefore that becomes 2 times x is 2x squared. Okay, minus bracket minus 2y times y will give me minus 2y squared. So if you do this, this becomes what? 2x squared minus will give me plus 2y squared. Okay, right? So that's the value for my one. That's the value for my what? For my j. So therefore, let's find the expression, which say we have to find the s over du. Now therefore, the s over du here will be equal to, now what's my ds over du? You know that ds over du is the inverse of du over ds. Hope you know. So ds over du will be equal to which one is corresponding to, which one is opposite, like is alternate to, which one is alternate to d over ds? Is this dv over dy? Okay, this alternate to this. Hope you know. So that becomes, now you have to find ds over du. You know that dx over du is the inverse of du over dx. Okay, so that becomes what? So therefore, ds over du will be equal to what? Dv over dy over your j, dv over dy over j. So which is ds over du is what? Dv over dy over j, which is what? What's my dv over dy? My dv over dy is what? Is x. So that becomes x over, what my value for j? My value for j is 2x squared plus 2y squared. Very simple. Now what's the next one? We have to find what? ds over what? Dv, right? So therefore ds over dv, you know that ds over dv is the inverse of dv over dx. So that becomes, so this thing, the one alternating to this is du over dy. So that becomes du over dy over j. So my du over dy is what? My du over dy is minus 2y. So that becomes minus 2y over j. My j is this. I write it. So what next? I have to find dy over du. Now dy over du is equals to what? Is dv. So dy over du, what's the, you know that dy over du is inverse of du over dy, and it is alternate to what? This, right? So that becomes dv over ds over j. So which is equal to what? My dv over ds is what? Is y. Now over 2x squared plus y squared. Okay, so what's next? We have to find what? The last one, dy over what? Dv. So which says that dy over dv is equals to what? dy over dv is inverse of dv over du. Okay, so which is equals to So it will take this, that du over dx, so that becomes du over dx over j. So this is equal to, therefore my du over dx is equal to 2x, so that becomes 2x over my j. The value for j is 2x squared plus 2y squared. Very, very simple. Please guys, if you find this video interesting and helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. Thank you.